All right. Thank you for turning into the Turnbuckle Tapes. As always, I am your host, Liam, and I am here with my co-host, Sean.
What's up, everybody? Thanks for tuning in again.
Yeah, off the heels of wild-ass Elimination Chamber yesterday.
So, yeah, I know we definitely have a different, unique look in regards to what we cover here, but we wouldn't be doing the wrestling world right if we didn't even talk about what happened last night. We have to address the, for lack of a better term, the biggest elephant in the room that's ever happened that people have wanted for 20 years to happen. Like, oh my God.
Yeah, no, it's definitely was a moment. I think they did it perfectly. I think everything was like a really good build-up, and the response has obviously been massive.
It was so good. It was very well done. I have the minorist critique, which we'll talk about in just a minute, but everything about it, like I still rate it 10 out of 10, even though I have that tiny critique. I was like, this is more. This was great television. This was great pro wrestling. This is what
It's what we're here for.
It's the feeling. Like someone in the Pro Wrestling Academy chat was like, I think it was Eric Dennis. I think he said he was like, this is what made us fans. This is what we remember. This is what was cool growing up. And I was like, he's right, man. This is what was Hogan 96. Whose side is he on? Bobby Heenan, man, dude. Yeah, that was crazy. And we just saw this generation's moment of that happen.
Yeah, no, and it was it's funny to see the response because it's like now everyone's like, all right, well, is Cena gonna finish heel? Is he, where are they gonna go with this? And this is my prediction for what I think might happen. So right now you have one of the biggest baby faces turn heel on this generation's baby face. I think they're gonna put Cody in a chase. Maybe give Cena the 17, have Cody chase, and then get a redemption.
Okay, so I feel like with the heel turn, Cena is getting the 17th. Like, it's a done deal now. Like, he's never had a heel reign as champ, so he's getting that belt. Like, Cody, you're losing at Mania. Like, I am 10 out of 10 confident now. Like, Cody's doing the job. Instead of Cody's soul, Rock now has John Cena's soul. Because Cena sold out for the one last chance. This is it. He said he's done. So what do I have to lose by selling out to The Rock?
Yeah.
Get what I want.
Yeah, I have everything to gain at that point.
Yeah, dude, Cody's losing at Mania. Cena's going on he's probably gonna hold the belt until he goes away. Whoever beats him, don't use anybody who's held the belt before. That's my hope, but I don't know what they'll do.
Do you think they'll have Cody chase again?
Cody will definitely chase, and I think he should still lose because Cody's anger shouldn't be at Cena. Cody's anger should be at The Rock. So he shouldn't get the belt anytime soon after he loses it. He'll chase the belt, not get the belt because Dwayne will screw him out of it again, and then he'll chase The Rock at that point. And then Mania 42, he finally gets him and conquers that. And he walks out with the People's title at Mania 42. He's like, yeah, I'm the People's champ, you son of a bitch. I wasn't even trying to fantasy book. Like, it's amazing. It's got people talking. No one said the heel turn. I don't care what old heads. It's totally. No one saw it was coming until the moment happened. And this is where I get into my little critique. My spidey sense started tingling because he stayed in the ring too long. I thought when The Rock came out, he should have went ringside and just hung out ringside. And then when Cody says, go fuck yourself, he comes in and goes, yeah, go fuck yourself, Rock. They do the whole spot that they do.
Yeah.
If he hadn't stayed in the ring, my spidey senses would have tingled.
Yeah, I think that just might be because might be more privy to like certain setups, I guess. Might
be because I've watched this shit for 30 fucking years too.
Yeah.
Like, I guarantee you the childhood fan of John Cena did not see this coming. They did great. I just, from my view, that's what made my spidey sense go off. I'm like, oh, you're turning, aren't you? And then it happened, and I still was amazed. It still was awesome.
No, it It was super well done.
Well done. It's still a 10 out of 10 segment. Like, oh my god.
I think my favorite thing about that was when Cena was hugging Cody, and then the camera shot goes from him smiling to like this, like, dude, oh my god, that was just like a moment.
His bad guy facial, yeah, dude, like that's what sold it even more over the top. He's all
like the brow just started going over the eyes.
It was so good. He had to have practiced that like 100 fucking times in the mirror to get that right, to make sure he had that facial mannerism down the entire time. And they also made sure to not have John Cena do any of his trademark shit during the beatdown. It was all just heel fucking work. He's not doing the "you can't see me." He's not AA. He's not doing any of that. He beat the shit out of you. Awesome.
Yeah.
No, awesome.
I picture Cena just in the back, like in front of a mirror, like,
dude, for constantly just trying to make sure he gets it right. He's probably like taking notes, be like, I don't like how the left side of my mouth looks there. Let's try to fix that. Like, dude, nuts. Awesome stuff. Very, very cool.
Yeah, no, it was good. I'm excited to see where they go from here, and WrestleMania. I think we kind of have an idea of where they're going to go, so we'll see what happens.
Hansel's excited about WrestleMania. He's barking about it. He's like,
Hansel's hot right now.
Hansel is hot right now. He's I don't know. I gotta figure out if he's a Cody Rhodes guy or a Cena guy. My buddy and I are watching the Elimination Chamber again later today. He hasn't seen it yet. I have. I watch all the PLEs with him. We treat it like the old dudes in the Muppets, Statler and Waldorf. We just roast it, MST3K it, so it's fun.
So it's a good time.
Yeah. But today's episode, our coverage in the NorCal scene is kind of slowed down right now. CWA had a show a couple weeks ago. TWF's kind of on a little pause. They're coming back on the 15th. Where I'm training at a next level doesn't have a show coming up. Breaking news. I have a tentative date to make my professional wrestling debut. Nothing is confirmed at the time. It's penciled in right now. As things come up and as I learn more, we'll discuss more. But I have a current active goal. I am giving up alcohol during this time to chase said goal because I need, one, it's a business where we need to look good. And two, alcohol, as much as it's fun, is bad for your body. Let's just be honest. Science is science. So as much as I enjoy it, I'm giving it up. All those people that are about to give up stuff for Lent, I'm doing it about twice your time. So man up.
Shit out, Sean.
It also gives me a reason to shoot on people for just doing it for religious reasons. Like, I'm doing it for myself. What you're doing it for? What, your false deity? Pew, 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 pew. Sorry, all religious people. I respect your view, but I don't believe in y'all's shit. You believe in all you want, though. I fully support you to believe all that you want. Don't push your beliefs on other people. That's it.
You heard it here first.
Yeah, that's it. So we're looking at a potential pro wrestling debut. Alcohol is cut out until then. Trying to get in better shape. Hitting the gym a lot. Hit the gym a lot more. Got some other motivation, which is a whole other story we'll cover closer towards when this actually happens. So can't wait.
Yeah, no, I'm excited for it. I remember when you mentioned it. It's like, all right, hell yeah. Like,
dude,
definitely make time for that one.
Kind of caught me off guard. Not gonna lie. I was on Randy's podcast and I mentioned how like I kind of want to take almost a year to refine some things.
Mm-hmm.
And that was 4 months ago. Or no, the interview was 3 months ago, and scheduling wise it'll be 4 or 5 months after the fact. So
not bad. It's pretty good.
It's cool. It's a compromise.
Oh.
So the scene, like we said, for us that we cover, kind of slow. I am in a GCW shirt today for a specific reason. One of our previous reviews, we reviewed WrestleMania 2000. The reason we reviewed that show is because why? Liam was in attendance.
Yes, sir.
So since we were kind of on an off week this week in our scene, we kind of decided to review another show. But this time we're reviewing a show I was in attendance for. We are going back to 2019 when GCW was probably at its hottest in the independent scene in Northern not Northern California, in Northern America, for that better term. We're reviewing Joey Janela's Escape from L.A.
Yeah. So, just to kind of give my side, this is my first GCW pay-per-view that I've watched. I've seen clips, like, I'm familiar with it, but yeah, this is my first time watching it, and definitely get the appeal. I would like to say that there were a lot of moments, and I know that me and you have talked about it, where where we can hear fucking Cornette in the back. Like, what the fuck?
But what the fuck? This fucking outlaw mud show bullshit? Yeah, a ton of that.
Yeah, but it was still a lot of fun. I still enjoyed it. But yeah, like it's has a lot of people that now are featured in AEW. We had Jungle Boy and Chris Statlander in there as well. And then this was we'll talk about it later, but one of the dudes that I really enjoy seeing his work is Shane Mercer. This was my first time seeing Shane Mercer in a match, and it was definitely cool to kind of see what the hype is about. Like, that dude is just...
dude is a monster. So for me, I really got into GCW about a year before when they announced the Gage Arquette match. Mm-hmm. I'm familiar with Gage. Like I've said on previous podcasts, when I get depressed. Hey! Enough talking. Come here. When I get depressed, when Dad gets depressed, he watches a lot of deathmatch wrestling. And at the time, I was breaking up with my girlfriend and moving back from Alabama to California. So my deathmatch wrestling just went through the roof. So I was a big Gage guy. Gage is literally their Hulk Hogan. And there's some scenes in the show where you can see, like, oh my God, he really is their Hulk Hogan at the time. Like, he could do no wrong for that crowd. Yeah. They're coming to LA. Gage is my guy. And then they announced Masato Tanaka. And that put me over the top. Because I was like, I don't know. But Gage and Tanaka put me over the top to going. My coworker, my buddy at the time, I miss him to death, dude. I need to reach out to him more. We decided we're going to go together and make a road trip out of it. We'll stay the night and then come back the next day. So this was just right, lightning in a bottle, right timing for me to go. And glad I did. Had the fucking time of my life.
Oh, I believe it.
Like, GCW is such a sideshow of circus in regards to pro wrestling that I kind of miss it. Like, the one thing it's missing is like some fat guy doing flips. Other than that, this show has everything.
Yeah, no,
it's like more. And in a straight one-on-one women's match, that's the only thing that are really missing out of like a wrestling card.
Yeah. Very diverse card.
A tag match too, yeah, because there wasn't a tag match either.
No,
but the roster's diverse as shit.
No, it definitely is. They had a couple of comedic wrestlers and a couple different matches. They had a couple tough guys, a couple like high flyers.
A fucking inspiration.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll talk about that. That guy, oh my God. I don't know what he's up to, but we'll talk about him when we get to him. An inspiration on this show for fucking sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, so this took place at the Ukrainian Community Center, or what was it? It was
the Ukrainian Cultural Center, or as Kevin Gill kept trying to call it, because dude, this is height seltzers are becoming popular. Like this to me felt like the early 2010s when IPAs were becoming popular. Yeah. Seltzers were all the rage. So it was the White Claw Cultural Center on commentary, but it was the Ukrainian Cultural Center where the venue actually is. Yes.
Yeah, I thought that was funny.
Yeah, they definitely went with that a lot. So going in, the Ukrainians took my edibles. They weren't fucking around.
No edibles.
I bought the front row tickets and the VIP experience for me and my buddy, which was supposed to include a VIP photo with Masato Tanaka for both of us, right? Mm-hmm. Keep that in mind. So we go to get our photo. I get my photo taken. And I go to get my boy's photo taken. They're like, no, it's one photo. I'm like, what the fuck do you mean? I bought 2 tickets. They're like, no, it's one photo. So I got carnied out of $20 more to make sure my boy gets his fucking photo. So I was like, whatever. Fucking wrestling. Fuck you, Cardies.
goddamn carnies.
Dude, for real, it was some carny stuff. I threw out the cash, no hesitation. I'm like, here's your money. Give my guy his carny. Give my guy his mark photo. I wanted my mark photo. I want my boy to have his mark photo. I grabbed some merch. I got the shirt I'm wearing now, and I got a Nick Gage shirt that has some Japanese writing on front of it. I think if I remember correctly, it's a like murder, death, kill. And then we went to go grab some burgers from a local place called Grill 'em Up, and they named their menu after the old GCW roster. They had the Nick Gage, the Tony Deppin, and I don't remember the third one. I got the Gage, and my boy GT Themba, he got the Deppin, and they were really good. They were way better than we were expecting them to be. We're like, these are gonna suck, and like, oh shit, these burgers are really good.
Some fine dining right there.
So, like, that was, we're not even at the start of the show, and it's been a fun time, and we got carnied out of money. I forgot to mention, I saw a Hood Slam show in, like, 2011, and KG was doing commentary. And we're going in, and I was like, your voice sounds familiar. Did you do Hood Slam? He's like, yeah! He lit up because I recognized him from Hood Slam, so that was pretty cool.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Nice little moment.
Yeah. So that leads to our opening contest. Well, actually, before that, we get a 10-bell salute for Harley Race, who passed away 8 days beforehand.
Oh.
Rest in peace, Harley Race.
Yes, sir.
That was August 1st in 2019. He passed away. Definitely a legend. Definitely did way too much for the sport.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
But we start off with Jungle Boy, who is now, they call him Jack Perry now. He just goes by Jack Perry in AEW, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, Jungle Boy Jack Perry against Jimmy fucking Lloyd. GCW Lloyd. Boy for sure.
Yeah, this was I always like the name. It sounds like a New Jersey like mob guy.
He does. Really.
Yeah.
I think he was on some movie or some like TV show where he was actually, it was like a mob movie. Like he was
really?
like someone's kid. Yeah, I'll have to look it up. Actually, I'll look that up right now. If you want to talk about your part, what you saw in the match, and I'll look that up real quick.
So speaking of Jimmy Lloyd, like I definitely like admire his style. Like I liked his rolling DVD, his rolling Death Valley Driver. That was pretty dope. And then the one spot that made me laugh, that kind of had the cornet sound clip in my brain, was when they went outside, and I'm thinking, like, is there a fucking 10 count? Like,
oh yeah.
And so like they go up to the walkway, and then Jungle Boy like does the flip over the walkway. Like it looked pretty cool, like, you know, just a cool little spot. But I'm guessing at this point, or let me rephrase that. I kind of came to the conclusion later on that I guess like the traditional rule set isn't in place with GCW. Like,
it's loosely enforced, that's for sure.
Yeah.
That's for sure.
Rules ?
Yeah, rules ? Is for sure. Oh, I'll have to look deeper. I'll have to go look at the boards to see if I can find it. That's going to take too long. Yeah, for sure. This is definitely, Cornette definitely would be bitching about that part. This is a face-to-face. So before we move on, I actually found a review, the boards I was just talking about, zandigfans.net, if you're curious. I found a review from 2019 I made at this show as well. So I'm going to have notes from a review now and then notes from 2019.
Compare and contrast.
Yeah, we're going to compare and contrast. And there's one subject that's going to be fun, and I cannot wait to get into. But this match, face versus face opener, crowd's definitely hot. Jungle Boy is on his way to AEW, and Dynamite hasn't even aired yet. Jimmy Lloyd is your different boy. Both of them missed a bunch of strikes and pin attempts to start. Jimmy Lloyd's non-leapfrogging looking ass hits a leapfrog. Springboard arm drag from Jungle Boy starts to lose things. So they're just going back and forth. This is where they work to the outside, like you said. There's no more count anymore. I noticed the crowd's super hot right here, and I mentioned that in my notes that GCW is at its hottest from like 2017 to like right when the pandemic starts.
Yeah. Like
they never recovered. There was some like hot fire with the Cardona Gage stuff that happened, but they never really recovered fully into what they were. They were able to just, you know, sell out shows across the nation, and they still do, but the crowd's nowhere near as hot as it used to be. It's not for lack of a better term, I feel weird saying this at 39 years old, but it's not the same vibe.
That sucks.
Vibes have changed. They brawl around the Ukrainian Cultural Center. Jungle Boy does that dive over the ATA wheelchair ramp, which was really cool. He just runs the ramp and dives over it. I have later, Cornette's pissed. Springboard Canadian Destroyer by JB, kick out at 2. Co-red by JB, kick out at 2. What's a fucking finish? Lloyd hits a fucking assault driver from the top rope and fucking still a 2 count. they're hitting moves. Crowd's loving it. Like, they were doing the right, but the crowd was eating this up. Yeah. As much as someone may not like this, the live crowd was more.
Well, I mean, that's the whole point, right? To get the crowd to pop, right?
Yeah. Jungle Boy hits Lloyd's with the crucifix driver to get the win. I have, for my first review, this set the pace for the show. Had everyone invested in the match quickly, which was true. You could see it from the crowd. I'm lately confused about the booking of regulars for GCW. A few shows ago, Lloyd lost to Jake Atlas, who was working PCW Ultra in LA, which is an opposing show working that night. Mm-hmm. This show was supposed to have LAX, Santana, and Ortiz on it, but they backed out to take the PCW Ultra booking. Lloyd loses to a guy who's working a show against you, and then loses to a guy who's going to be gone in 2 months. So, like, I'm kind of, like, interested about how GCW is booking their own guys while they're putting over guys that aren't working for them or are working against them the same night. And I know independent wrestling is independent wrestling.
Yeah.
But also at the same time, you're putting guys who are leaving over.
Yeah, you're not helping the people that are going to be staying there.
Yeah, Jimmy Lloyd's still there. Jimmy Lloyd's still in GCW. Jungle Boy hasn't been seen in GCW since 2019.
Damn. Yeah, he pretty much left. Well, now he's like wrestling NJPW.
But you get the point. Yeah, he's in but like it's like your guy's still here.
Yeah, it's like, all right, well, now I gotta have this like cloud hanging over my head.
Yeah,
I don't know if it's cloud, but you get the sentiment.
I get what you mean. Yeah, I know exactly what you mean. Great opener, like I said, crowd was into it.
No, it was definitely a good first match. Definitely, like you said, it set the tone of the rest of the night, and definitely understand the appeal of Jack Perry. I think he, was really good. I guess my introduction to him was with the whole CM Punk shit.
The whole real glass bullshit.
Yeah, like I knew of him, but then it kind of, brought my attention and, went from there. But I can understand the appeal of him, like especially in the indie scene. Like he has the, capabilities to do the flips and all that other cool spot stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, the ending sequence I did really like though. They had Lloyd setting up for a power bomb, and then Jungle Boy reverses it, lands on his feet, tries to kick Lloyd. Lloyd moves, moonsaults, and then Jungle Boy gets super kicked. Lloyd does a bottom rope moonsault, misses. Jungle Boy sets him up for a cross driver, and then gets the 3. Like that was a a cool little spot there, or sequence, I should say.
I like that. Lloyd's the kind of like. I touched on it before we started, but like Lloyd's that kind of guy who's chunky but can do flips and stuff, and I feel like that's missed a lot. Like the closest comparison I could have to that in mainstream wrestling right now is Kevin Owens.
Yeah. Yeah, there's not really.
Like I miss like a Bam Bam doing moonsaults or a Vader doing moonsaults or something like that. So.
Well, I guess Bronson Reed would be.
Yeah, Bronson Reed would be the closest thing.
Because he's like, I mean, he's not flipping or anything, but he's, I mean, fucking dude, he jumped off the top of the cage.
That's where I get selfish, because and I mean this in all wholehearted niceness and love. I need my fatties doing flips. I don't care what gender you are. If you're heavy, I need you doing flips. You do a flip, I'm gonna mark out for. I don't care. You're over 300 pounds and doing it. I'm standing up. I'm cheering. Yeah, kill him. You 300 pounds and over, you do a flip. I'm a fan.
You standing on your feet.
Instant fan.
Nah, I feel that I'd be the same way, because that was kind of like what happened with me and Bronson Reed. Like when they started having him splashing the shit out of Seth Rollins, and like during his build up, I was like, damn, dude, like I'm totally getting behind Reed. Like I'm excited to see him come back.
Yeah, I'm excited to see him. He's gonna be. I think he's out for a while though.
Yeah, he fucked up his ankle.
Yep.
I think it's just one. I don't know if it was both, but
Yeah, I don't remember if it was both. He definitely fucked one for sure.
but yeah, no, we want to see more fatties flip.
Definitely more heavy set flips. Let's go. So moving on the show, that brings us to our second match. We have an intergender match. We have Chris Dickinson against Chris Statlander. Stat rules and fuck Dickinson for real. Great wrestler, bad person. That's a whole other thing. You go Google it. We're not here to talk about that subject. We're here to talk about the match.
The match.
Yep. Stat booping Dickinson's finger before a lockup had me laughing. He just boop. That was cool. Intergender test of strength. Dick tries to. Dick. I forgot I put
old Dick.
Well, no. My short abbreviation for the match is Stat and Dick. I didn't write out Dickinson for all of my notes. It says Dick.
Yeah, no, might as well just shorten that. I can totally understand that.
So let me say Dick a lot. I apologize. Dick tries to bridge Stat back. She gets back up, says "fuck you," and slaps him, which was awesome. This was my favorite, honestly. Looking at my live experience notes first, this was my favorite match of the night. Statlander is a fucking star. She fucking looked so good here.
Yeah. The one thing that I really appreciated about this match was like it wasn't overly like exposing. This is probably like the cornet side of me, because it's like, you know, I want to be able to immerse myself. You know, like I'm cool with suspending, you know, belief and stuff, but there needs to be like some relative like anchor in reality. You know what I mean?
And I feel. Go ahead. Sorry.
I was gonna say I think they did a good job of that. Like at the beginning with the headlock takedowns that they were doing into the leg scissors, like those were clean.
Yep.
Yeah, and then that test of strength was that big ass slap too.
Yep. I think this and the Tanaka match, when we get into it, are the closest in regards to like what the subject you were just talking about, like quote unquote being able to suspend that disbelief. Like taking that cornet voice away and being able, this and the Tanaka match for sure. I mean, the other stuff we'll get into, but yeah, these two are definitely the ones that are like that. Dude, they went to a double down, and the rest count of the double down was crazy fast. He's like 1, 2, 3. I was like, holy shit, bro, let him breathe. Nah, we got 10 minutes. We're on Fight TV. We got a hard count. We got to go. 1, 2. I was like, God damn. Dickinson rolls out to get the door. The door chants are going crazy. Dickinson got the door right in front of me, so I got to see that whole thing. Same with Stat in a minute. Dude, KG's comment about the door right here. Tables are very last year. Doors are very next year. Remember, it's 2019. Oh, he knows not what's about to happen.
Said like an omen at this point.
Dude, yeah. When I heard that, I lost everything, and I was like, "Oh my god, this is 2019. He doesn't know. This is pre-pandemic. This is what BC before COVID."
This guy.
That was bad. That was some this guy stuff. But still, like that sunk in. I'm like, "Oh my god, that comment is wow." I have your Dickinson just drops the door on Stat.
Yeah. Throws it at her.
Go ahead.
I was gonna say I do want to point out that I did like the Captain Howdy knee pad that Dickinson had.
Yeah, that was cool.
Cool little exorcist nod.
Yeah, that was definitely cool. I like that little thing. He actually had the dick strings out, and KG was sure to mention that's part of his steez. I haven't heard that word in a while. Steez. Holy man. That's cool.
There was also the one spot where there was like a Hurricane Rana to a reverse face plant, and then kick to the back of the head, and then there was like the Wu-Tang reference to protect your neck.
Protect your neck. Yep. Dude, KG is definitely a time traveler. Where's this right here? KG says, who says about intergender bullshit? Who cares? We got competitors. KG definitely not a 2025 GOP guy. It's just like, man, he's a time traveler for sure. Dick hits a Canadian destroyer, kicks out of the head too. What the fucking fuck is a finish again? I like that stat hit the fucking 450.
Yeah.
My ass still thought this was a finish, even though I was there live. I bet not 2 count. God damn it.
Yeah. No, they had a couple of spots like that.
Crowd was big mad that she didn't win on that 450 though. Crowd was
like,
woo!
Weren't happy with that one, but there was like a couple spots where they do set up like the false finishes that were like they like you said, like it kind of got me. What was it? Dickinson reversed like the lift and Statlander landed on her feet. She gets him with like a blue thunder bomb 2 count.
Yep.
I was like, oh shit, like that was clean. And then she does like the German suplex on Dickinson 2 count. Like it's like a whole sequence of like 2 counts where they were going into it. Yeah, fucking crazy. Oh, then the one electric chair face plant.
Oh yeah, that was
brutal.
rough. That was rough. The match wraps up with Dickinson getting advantage and hitting a running razor's edge through the door in a corner for 3.
Fucking wild ass finish.
They could have went home several times, but the crowd loved all of it. The crowd was into it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, they definitely were. No, and it was good. It was a fun match. Yeah, same thing. It was like shortly before Chris Statlander went up to AEW.
Yeah, Chris Statlander's on her way to AEW. Dickinson was fucking around and beyond in GCW, and I don't know what he's up to now. Like I said, you can go look up, you can go Google all the shit that's involved with that guy. We don't need to talk about it.
Yeah. Yeah, so that was a good, solid second match.
Yep, that leads us. Oh man, this my live experience on this, which we'll touch into, just warms my heart up on this match. This is my shit right here. This is Kitakaro, who is known as Ebasan. He is Japanese comedy wrestling legend against Mance Warner. Mance Warner is definitely Mr. Light Beers and Lariats. I tell you what, brother, I'm here to fight.
She would. Yeah, no, they made. I think they made mention about him being like the Memphis style wrestling and all that. So definitely a cowboy type.
Definitely a cowboy type. You could see on hard cam, everyone starts to stand up for Meltzer, and I tell my buddy, don't. He's not coming out for another minute because they're playing his whole song.
Yeah.
And like right before he comes out, I'm like, all right, now stand up. You see us both stand up, and it cuts to Meltzer. I was like, we're not. Don't get up. We're not getting up from it. He ain't coming out yet.
Yeah, no, that's what I have in my notes here. It was like the long ass intro. I was like, yeah. When is he coming out?
Yeah, it took forever. It's one of those things where he's waiting for like that one note, but like that was a minute till you hit that note. You can't.
It's like even first chorus. Like
you can't edit that song down.
No.
Oh man.
The one like what was funny for me was when Kikutaro came out, like I wasn't even knowing what to expect, but then like just like curtains open, it's like a dude with like a pig head on.
Yeah. What the fuck am I looking at?
Oh my god, dude.
For
yeah,
sure.
And then he came out with like some Kikutaro chants, and then the one gripe, just like from a production standpoint, was like you can't really hear like what's being said on the microphone. Like they're not running it through the soundboard, so it's just like
they're not.
But it's
to the live crowd, yeah, and you can't hear that shit at all.
Yeah, so that was kind of like a thing that I was like, oh, but
yeah.
But yeah.
Big note here, big important point to point out here: the ring has no apron.
No.
So you can see under the ring. That is important to note as this match goes. Like, please note this.
Keep it in your noggin.
Keep it in your noggin. They do the lockup and do the clean break, the handshake. Kiku No clean break. Chop to the chest. F you. Kiku starts the big off. Starts the big off as Mansoor tries to walk him to the corner and somehow convinces the referee and Mansoor to circle up.
Yeah, that was funny.
Yeah. Ref realizes he's a ref, and you're like, no, you guys are refing. Crowd boos. Boo!
You too.
Crowd did not like that. Crowd wanted the ref to wrestle. Superhuman shout out on commentary. Juggalos, juggalettes, whoop whoop.
Whoop whoop.
We exchange wrist locks here. Mansoor no sells while Kiku comedy sells all over. Shoulder tackles, no one bumps. Mance G's up another tent and just shoves Kiku.
Get out of here.
Yeah, that was good. Where was I? I just lost my spot on my notes. They start to brawl on the outside. Mansoor misses a Sabu chair shot throw to death, which would have been bad if it hit the audience.
Yeah, no, there was a couple spots in this show where I was just like, good lord, dude, like insurance adjuster is just like holding his breath.
Oh yeah. We get back in the ring and Kiku gently, violently hits Mansoor on the side with the chair. Mansoor sells it. Fingers straight to the asshole of the gooch.
This part made me laugh. He's walking around with like the handguns.
Yeah, the handguns. He's walking around. Kiku's walking around. He smells it, and comedy stiff falls back, which had me dying. That was great.
That was a good bit. And then he got up and had the ref smell it.
He even twitched.
Yeah.
That was great. Yeah, he had the ref smell it. And then Mansoor smells his own fingers and bites him, tasting his own ass. You sick fuck. You sick fuck.
It's like oh my god.
Kiku gets stuck bouncing on the ropes, doing that like the guy that Nigel McGuinness, Dean Ambrose rebound clothesline spot.
Yeah.
He gets stuck there for a minute. Mansoor keeps punching him back and forth, and they keep doing it. Kiku eventually face bumps him for a 2. Kiku hooks up, finger point, big punches, Hogan style. Kiku gets ran over on the he gets ran over on the big boot attempt. Mansoor gets back on top with strikes and the bionic elbow. Mansoor gets a door to set up a corner. Mansoor goes outside to set up another door. The door on the outside has a string attached to it. Keep this in mind. D Kiku, lights go out. Back on. Who's here? Oh my god, it's the Invisible Man.
He's fucking returned.
How's he? He's here. The Invisible Man is here. He's here in LA and he spears Mansoor through a table. The lights go out again. Lights come up. Invisible stand. It's Invisible Man's arch enemy. He's here and he kicks Kiku with the balls. Oh my god. Invisible Man and Invisible Stand are standing off. Referee sees both the Invisibles fighting. Camera cuts to the door with the string on it. The referee pantomimes one or both of them are going over the top rope, and the door kind of moves. Camera cuts back to the ring and back to the door, which finally collapses with at least one or maybe both of the Invisibles going through it. Crowd's at least, holy shit, holy shit.
Pandemonium.
Holy shit. Pandemonium. The Invisibles are dead on the outside. Mansoor, Kiku back up. Mansoor hits a big old fucking knee strike with his knee pad down, get the 3. Fucking. So why I mentioned that there's no fucking ring aprons. The door had a string. From where I was sitting, I could see the poor soul whose job it was to pull the string on the invisible spot. That poor fucker pulling 3 or 4 times. It's not fucking going.
Not at all. The Invisible Man and Stan are falling like feathers.
The Invisible Man and Stan were like, we're not going through this, brother. It doesn't work for me, dude. He's trying to do his job, and that shit is not going at all. Oh my god. So I'm seeing this, and I'm just laughing like, oh man, this sucks. This poor guy. This poor guy is just fucked. He can't win for losing here.
Just one thing just can't be done right, unfortunately.
No, yeah. Thankfully, the crowd ate it up, even though it went wrong. Thank God, but it was just so funny.
No, it definitely was a good spot. And I like the Invisible Man and Stan. One of the other matches I've watched was the one match between Invisible Man and Invisible Stan. I can't remember where it was, but Bryce Rensler.
Bryce Remsburg was the ref.
Yeah, yeah.
It was one of the spring breaks. I don't remember what year. I may even been that year. But yeah, that was just a fucking class work by Bryce Remsburg. That was just so good.
Incredible. If you haven't, if you're listening to this and you haven't watched that, I definitely recommend it if you're looking for some good comedy. Because
suspend your just go in and be like, I'm gonna believe whatever I see.
Yeah, like
just
don't I know this match.
Go ahead. Sorry.
Oh, I was gonna say, like, I know that this kind of completely negates my comment of like Anchor in some sort of reality, but like just the bit for this, the payoff is so fucking good.
Don't have any anchor of reality. Just go and be like, I'm watching it for what it is.
Yeah, no, exactly, because it's thoroughly entertaining.
It is amazing, very amazing. I mean, okay, so peeling back the curtain a little bit at training, one of the drills they have us do, and we actually did it today, was getting your ass kicked by the Invisible Man. And you have to convey and show what you're doing so like the people that are watching you could figure out the moves you were taking.
Yeah.
So
it's good. So you're just pretty much watching a training.
I'm kicking my own ass. Do you mind?
Do you mind? Oh man. But yeah, the next match, this one was actually really good. Not typically like a what do you call it? Video game wrestling type guy, but this one was definitely enjoyable.
This for sure was video game wrestling. Real quick live experience. This kind of sucked.
Really?
Because like when they brawled to the other side, we couldn't see shit for a while.
That makes sense.
That's the only reason why it kind of sucked live.
I can understand that.
Like other than that, it was amazing. Like it was way better on TV and film than it was live.
Yeah, and I can imagine that. That's kind of like one of my gripes about going to shows live, and they're all like, they have people fighting in the back. It's like, all right, cool. Like,
oh, like I'm getting to go to AEW this weekend here in Sacramento. And my buddy got balcony tickets. We're like first, second, or third row in the balcony. I was like, yes, balcony tickets. We can see everything.
Yeah. If you can get those forward balcony tickets, like they're not too bad.
No, this venue only holds like 2,000 to 3,000 people, I want to say, so it's perfect.
Nice. Yeah. Hopefully that's look good.
Should be fun. But our next match on our show, like we were saying, this is definitely video game wrestling. We have Alex Zane against Blake Christensen.
Yeah, I have a first thing I have written here. Superhero sequence.
Oh, I have this is Osprey and Ricochet that had the internet all mad years ago.
Yeah.
But it's the version you have at home.
This is what you get.
Like, dang it. We can't afford the Safeway one. Let's get the Great Value one.
Yeah, you're just scraping the bottom of the barrel here.
It's not saying it's bad. It's that
yeah.
Definitely the comparison. I have the same thing written down. Dude, okay, so this is where I get a little biased. Moves start to find success as Blake hits a bottom rope 916. What do you think I mean when I say bottom rope 916?
Sounds like it's something that you launch off the bottom rope and it's like a backward 619.
It's just a 619, but because we're in Sacramento, we call it 916. Back in old TWF days, Landon would do it, and we'd call it the 916. And then Lo Devereaux did it for a little while, and he also called it a 916 because of Landon. So it's a little shout out to the old days. So anytime I see the 916 or the 619, I'm always like 916.
Yeah, I like that little.
These dudes are moving a mile a minute on this match too. Like, holy shit.
No, they didn't slow down at all.
No, that Made in Japan on the floor, I felt the vibration on the opposite side of the ring when they.
Really?
he dumped him over and boom. I was like, oh my god, my feet felt that. It was thunking, just boom. It was nuts. They walk and brawl for a lot for the spots. This is where while I was live, it's hard to get into it. Blake gets a ladder and then ends up climbing the ladder up to onto this weirdo ledge. Basically in the middle of this ledge. Please don't die. He's got to be 20, 25 beat up, and he just dies onto Zayn, the ref, and some of the crew.
Yeah, that spot was like as cool as it was watching him jump off. It made me laugh because it was like the way that he brought up the ladder just comes out of nowhere.
Yeah,
and then like he climbs up after he's already beat Zayn for a little bit, and then Christian like moves over, and then like all of a sudden, like you said, there's like Zayn and some other people. It's like, where the fuck did these other people come from?
What are these guys? So like, it's at this moment right here. I start scanning the crowd, and I'm totally guilty of what I'm about to bring up right now as well. But when you're at a wrestling show or a metal show, what's the biggest sign that you're at one of those two shows?
The intensity of the crowd.
That's a good one, but I was gonna say the amount of fucking black t-shirts you see in the crowd.
You know what? That is absolutely true.
It's at this point right here when he dives on all of them, and like we're in the crowd, and I'm looking around the crowd, I'm like, God, dude, there is black shirts everywhere. Like everywhere. I had a black shirt on too. Everybody had a black.
Yeah, no, that's I feel that problem because it's like, God forbid, like whenever I have to go pick out a t-shirt, it's like, all right, which black t-shirt is this?
That's me too. Other than like this and like one other one, all my shirts are black. I was like, dude, there's black shirts everywhere here. Holy shit. They get back in the ring finally. German from Blake to Zayn. Zayn counters some weirdo into the corner pad turnbuckle bulldog. It was fucking weird to describe what Blake was going for. Like, he had him in a bulldog position, was running towards the corner. It looked like he was gonna like roll forward with him, and then fucking
like flipped into it.
Yeah,
it did, like, even if it wasn't mistaken, like it looked like it was intentional. Like that, exactly. they were. There were some spots in this that were like pretty ingenuitive, like that bulldog spot into the corner. That was one of them.
Yeah, because he hits it later. He hits that fucking same move later.
Yeah.
Which was fucking cool. Back suplex, brainbuster. Zayn cuts off a standing moonsault with his knees. Blake gets the advantage, and then he hits that move we were just talking about. That was crazy. Split-legged moonsault, reverse Spanish fly from the top rope. That was nuts. It's nuts. It's a fucking double down.
Yeah. Was this at the point where Christian went up to the turnbuckle and it like came off?
Oh, we're almost there.
Okay.
We're getting there. We're getting there. They do the strong style exchange spot. They jump and knee each other. Yep, they jumping knee each other. Another double down. This is where shit gets this fucking spot was fucking nuts. Zayn goes up top. Blake tries to cut him off, but he's denied. Zayn does a flipping double knees to the back of Blake's head.
Yeah.
Fucking nuts. Zayn hits a falling powerbomb that the commentary calls the Taco Driver. That was a cool name. Apparently Alex Zayn loves Taco Bell and got like a sponsorship up from them in Japan too, so that's cool shit.
That's pretty cool.
Blake pushes Zayn off. Okay, that's the 4. Oh yeah, 450.
Yeah, he does the 450 off the second rope.
This is where I lost my spot in my notes because this is where they start to do the rope breaks about to happen here.
Yeah.
Flipping knees. Oh no, he does the 450 on the Zayn while Zayn is draped on the rope, and then that leads him to going up. Climbs up, and then that's he doesn't break. The break happens in another match. He loosens it, and this is why it breaks.
That's right.
Because he loosens it here.
They never tightened it back up.
They didn't tighten it back enough. Yeah, that's probably why. Because they really didn't do anything else in that spot either until later on in the match. Someone goes up and it snaps.
Yeah.
I was like, where's the break? He loosens it here, and that's when he does the 450 off the middle rope.
That's right. Okay.
Yeah. Both these guys chance. Blake gets advantage.
Yeah, and then I think if I'm not mistaken, Zayn does like the standing fucking 450.
Yeah, he hits the standing 450. Blake gets the turnbuckle off and ends up smashing into Zayn's head. Springboard 450 in the middle ropes. I found my place now. GTS and a bunch of strikes from Blake. Zayn cuts him off. Cradle Canadian Destroyer. Like Cradle Pile Driver like Jerry Lynn did, but a Canadian Destroyer instead. Uh, Zayn goes up the middle rope, not top rope, and hits a fucking 630 from
Yeah.
the rope for the win. Place is going crazy. People around me, including my homie, are clapping as well. Or no, we're not clapping. Everyone else is clapping around us. You can see us. That was kind of cool.
being the older metal dudes at the shows.
We weren't mad at it. We were clearly entertained, but we were like, dude, we didn't see half this fucking match. Fans start throwing dollar bills into the ring. I remember seeing a post too from one of the two on social media. They took a picture of them backstage. They had all the dollar bills laying around them while they were laying down, just being exhausted.
Getting paid.
So before, there's one thing I forgot to mention before this match. We get this real awkward shot of the ring announcer just standing around with Plunder chilling in the match from the previous match, from the Kitakaro Master match. He's not doing anything to do it. He's just standing there awkwardly waiting. Fans are chanting his name. He must be somebody. The referees finally come out to clean up the shit, but we'll talk about this guy way more later because, yeah. Intermission time. Before we actually intermission, let's talk about how much Cornette would hate that previous match.
Oh, yeah. No.
Shoot.
What the fuck?
What in the fuck is this fucking mud show slide? So shit. Oh shit. Fucking what in the fuck?
Yeah, no, that's again
so mad. Cornette would fucking loathe this. And it
had
was
a whole fucking aneurysm.
It was video game wrestling. It was awesome. It was awesome to watch on film more so than live.
Yeah. It was good. The pay, I mean, you know, again, we've discussed it on the show, like wrestling, you know, the potpourri and Baskin Robbins of things you like and dislike. And, you know, like I know Cornette enjoys shit that makes sense and wants solid suspension of disbelief. But if you enjoy the video games and shit like that, like, I get it. Sometimes it's okay. I can't do too much of it. It's like it's like watching the same thing over and over and over and over again. Gets boring.
Yeah, exactly. And that's why I love that wrestling it should be a variety show.
No, agreed.
Like,
no.
And not every guy and girl needs to have a 6-pack and do everything perfectly.
Yeah, no, exactly. It you know, it's I get the whole Vince, you know, strongman, Jack, tan, all that, but I don't know.
I need a few of those. I don't need a roster full of them, though.
No, well, and I think the part of that thing is with the connecting with the audience is like, oh, this person, you know, more relatable. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I think it kind of switches from like that, like, oh, I idolize that person. Now it's, you know, they're like me. So I guess it's kind of like another way to look at it. I don't know.
Yeah.
Rambling.
So we get intermission here. John Moxley is coming to GCW. This is huge at the time. Holy shit balls. John Moxley's fresh. He's fresh off of WWE. Like he left that year. And he showed up in AEW, and all of a sudden, this dude's coming to GCW. He clearly has ties from his days in CCW, especially with Brett Lauderdale, who's the promoter. Brett was a referee in CCW when Moxley was there. So they definitely have ties. So it makes sense, but at the time it's huge. And they're not playing around with Moxley. They're like, Bloodsport motherfucker Kumite, John Moxley versus Josh Barnett.
Yeah. Instantly just
cool as fuck.
Yeah. No, I like I can get the impact for that time. He doesn't really do anything for me.
That's fair, but at the time this was big at the time. Like, oh shit, this dude just literally told the WWE, no, I'm gonna go do my own thing. He's the hottest guy in the fucking independents right now.
Yeah.
He's the guy.
In contrast to where he's at now.
Well, yeah, for sure. For sure. For sure. It's a whole different story. So we come back from intermission. We have a scramble match. This is the fucking CZW Ring of Honor Independent Special. Let's just have 6 guys go out there and do shit.
Yeah. Fucking
Like, there's no
spot
logic
fest.
to it. Everyone's just gonna say, oh. It's gonna be cool. It's gonna be fun. Um, I'll start with my live notes real quick because Tyler Bateman makes an instant fan out of me and my homie. When Shane Mercer's coming out and posing for the opposite side, Bateman leans over to us and he goes, "I'm gonna punch that big motherfucker in the face." Like 2 minutes later, they're on the opposite side of the ring and he punches him in the face and we fucking pop. We're like, yeah!
he followed through with his
He
words.
did it. He fucking punched him in the face. We were thrilled.
Yeah, this was a crazy fucking match. There was a lot of stuff going on.
Dude, fucking Nate Webb gets his weedest intro walking around Sadman style, which is cool as fuck.
Yeah.
Teenage Dirtbag, that song also good. Love that
That's
song.
side note. It's kind of weird that song's made like a comeback.
Right?
It's like, because I remember when that song first came out, just random band, big hit,
Okay.
went away. Now it's back. Just I don't know. It's
All right.
cyclical.
Side, we'll get back to the match in a minute. Nostalgia. Why the fuck is there a Creed Nickelback tour in 2025? I'm looking at you, Trip Rogers. I'm looking at you, Jay Cruz. What in the fuck are we doing here? Why are we listening to new music? Why the fuck are we still trying to be we're arms wide open? Like, I understand that the Eddie Vedder, Scott Stapp voice is the primo voice to make fun of songs on. Like, if I want to go back to 2010 and sing Lady Gaga's poor face, my poor face, yeah. Like, I get it. That's the primo voice. But why? Why are we rehashing days that have gone by? I don't want to rehash the past. Why are we doing this? Move forward. Look forward. Find new music. Find new acts. I beg of you. Play new video games. Watch new TV shows. Listen to new music. Expand. Don't always focus on the past.
Rose tinted glasses, baby.
I'm gonna go watch Hell in a Cell '98. Well, rose tinted glasses for sure. It just cracks me up that's 25 years later. Like, I feel like there's some old head 20 years ago was saying the same shit about like Journey going on another tour. Like, oh my god, these fucks.
Yeah, it's like now here they are still fucking doing
Like
their thing.
said, everything's cyclical or circlical. I can't even speak English properly right now off of the end of my rant.
But yeah, no, it's nostalgia is a hell of a drug, and
it for sure is a hell of a drug. I'm victim to it sometimes too. That's why I bring it up. Like, all of us are fucking that nostalgia, man. It's a good and bad thing, that's for sure.
Yeah, don't let people take advantage of it.
Yeah, that's what it should be. Don't let people take advantage of your nostalgia.
Yeah, no, but going back to the match, this was I tried to write down everybody who was on this one because this was like a lot of people being introduced to me, and I was just like, oh, there's random people in the ring.
I got it for you. I was familiar with most of these guys in the match. The only guy I didn't really know of going in was Lucas Riley. So it's Tyler Bateman. He's the guy with the curly hue mustache. Egotistical, fantastical. He's in the mask. Lucas Riley, he's the younger tan kid.
Yeah.
Matt Vandergriff, he looks like a Hardy Boy but not in Hardy Boy gear. Shane Mercer and Nate Webb. And Nate Webb is in his typical black shorts, black shirt, and Shane Mercer looks like a fucking WWE star.
Yeah, I see a lot of comparisons to him being like a modern Brock Lesnar.
Yeah,
as far as like mobility and strength.
And what he's able to do and stuff, it's nuts.
Yeah.
It's nuts. So like this move matches just spots again. but it's constantly all in the ring, so it's easy to focus on. There's a little bit outside. It's not like it's a crazy walk and brawl, though.
Yeah.
They don't do too much of that. They basically keep the entire crowd at least engaged. Lucas Riley got belly to bellied
over the fucking rope
floor by fucking Mercer.
Huge. It's just like good fucking Lord.
That was fucking crazy. Just wee.
God.
What else was some crazy spots? Standing Spanish Fly from Riley to Vandergriff, so that was pretty cool to see. Like I said, spots from Days.
Then there's like the super code breaker.
Yeah, the super code breaker hits.
Then the Fantastico chair throw. I think that was at Mercer.
Yeah.
Yeah, Mercer was coming around and then Fantastico like chucked it at him.
Yep, and then Ego set Nate Webb up on a chair, grabbed a fan, and set her in the chair in front of Webb. And he ran up and jumped over her and fucking kicked Nate Webb. Dude, my sicko ass thought he was going to shotgun dropkick the fan into Webb.
Fuck, that'd be awesome.
Awesome.
Yeah, like out of a straight like action comedy.
Dude, for real.
Jackie Chan movie.
This is fucking nuts. He's gonna use this lady and just shotgun dropkick her into some dude.
And then I think shortly after that there was another spot with Nate Webb doing like the moonsault with the ladder.
Yeah, he does the moonsault with the ladder right onto everybody. Someone had the Terry Funk spot as well. I think it was Nate. Where he puts the ladder on and spins around.
Yeah, starts spinning around.
Right? Yeah, I think it was Nate as well. They had a Terry Funk spot. This is where things go nuts because we traded advantages amongst the 6 men. We trade advantages amongst the 6 men. Webb gets the ladder again. This is where he Terry Funks the shit out of everybody. And then Mercer grabs him and Germans Webb with the ladder around his neck. So Webb's dead. Mercer grabs Riley and the ladder, goes to the middle rope, moonsault onto the ladder and Riley. Assault and battery is what they call it. Or moonsault and a battery is what they call it. And that wraps up the match. This nuts.
Yeah. No, it was a good one. Definitely not like super crazy. And like you said, it wasn't spread out all over the place. Everything kind of localized.
The little bit of crowd stuff that was out there wasn't too much, and they got back to the ring pretty fast, so it wasn't over the top.
Yeah, and it seems like they made the spots outside of the ring like impactful. You know, like you said, like the flip over the oh my god, I can't even the person in attendance chair throw, and I think there was one spot I can't remember who he threw, but Shane Mercer just had. It was like gorilla pressing somebody. One hand.
Single arm. I think it was Riley. Yeah, it was Lucas Riley who ends up losing. Yeah, one-handed and just whoop. That was nuts.
Dude.
Okay. Oh, man. All right, so live experience first watch notes. I mentioned earlier the gentleman who was ring announcing.
Mm-hmm.
Fuck this guy. And this is me reading my live notes, by the way. Let me repeat. Fuck this guy. He left the fucking house mic on when he hopped on commentary. I know a lot of you don't like the OG Kevin Gill, but this dude made Gill sound like JR. He constantly had to get his shit in on commentary. He sat awkwardly in the ring, pseudo listening to Lauderdale when getting instructions. At the end of the scramble, after everyone leaves, the ladder is still in the ring. Instead of getting in the ring and simply kicking it out or pushing it out of the ring, his ass just sits there pointing at it. Of all people, the fucking cameraman puts his camera down and gets the fucking ladder out of the ring. I loudly yell, why the fuck is the camera guy getting the ladder? At the end, coming up at the end of Janela's match, Janela's wanting a mic. And instead of walking it to him, he just extends it through like the ropes. And Janela has to like fucking come over to him. Like fucking, you can't walk it to him. Then in the middle of the ring, then he stands awkwardly in the middle of the ring towards the main event while the fucker is getting set up. Apparently he's someone in the wrestling community. I don't know. Seems like a dude who's just trying to get noticed being around the wrestling business. I'm somebody, look at me kind of quote. When I yelled, why the fuck is the camera guy getting a ladder? You can see this on camera. Another cameraman comes up to me and he says, I'm repeating what he says, because that lazy fat fuck won't do it. You could see me immediately laugh.
Holy
now,
shit.
I don't know this gentleman he may be the nicest person in the world, and I may have been shitting on him at that time, but he did really bad. And I've had bad nights. I've done bad things. I've had people shit on me too, but this was overly egregious, in my opinion.
Damn.
Like, it wasn't like the pointing and like the lack of like trying to get the guy who just worked a match the microphone. That's where I was like, what are you doing? Like, all the other offenses could have been like, that's fine, errors happen, whatever. Like, those two, I was like, you just take some initiative and do it yourself.
I could see that. I mean, that is kind of, it's like, yeah, like you mentioned, when Janela was trying to get the mic.
He's just holding it through the ropes. Yeah, he's just holding it. And Janela's all the way across the other side of the ring, breathing deeply. I just worked a match, and let me just try to barely hold this through the ropes. Like I said, I don't know this guy. He may be a nice guy. He may be somebody in the community. I don't know. I'm not trying to hate on him. That night he shit the bed. Hopefully he does better. That's all.
Some constructive criticism.
Well, I mean, yeah. I read my notes from the past. I don't have any real critiques of him on my current notes. I just read my notes from the past.
Seems fair.
Seems fair. Hey man, it just is what it is. I like I said, maybe he's doing well, maybe he's better. I hope. Whatever. I don't know the guy. We then go to Tony Deppen versus Masato Tanaka. One of the reasons I came down to this show is because Masato Tanaka, FMW and ECW legend, that feud with Mike Awesome. Oh my God. All of the stupid stuff they've done to each other. My teenage heart ate it up. So I'm seeing, some guy I enjoyed watching in my youth come do his thing.
So this was a huge thing for you.
It was huge to be able to see a hero star that I watched on tapes live, because I never really thought I'd get to see the chance to see this guy live. So it was cool to see one of the guys. I remember ordering FMW DVDs and 01 DVDs, basically backdoor bootlegs, getting DVD-Rs, almost like tape trading shit of all these house shows and all these real shit shows that Japan won. Their tour dates are weird. They'll run 9 or 10 house shows leading up to a TV taping or a big show that they'll film.
Mm-hmm.
And they'll have tag matches on all these house shows leading up to it. But the guys that are in single matches will be on opposite ends and they'll rotate them all through and stuff like that. So it's really weird. But Tanaka's ECW and his run with ECW, FMW, Mike Awesome feud, and then seeing so many of his DVDs, watching so much of his work, I was like, this has to be the show. This is the one I go to, especially liking the deathmatch wrestling at the time. Gage was my guy at the time. They announced Tanaka. You got my money.
Yeah, sold.
Yeah, you have my money. I'm making a trip. Fucking Starship. We built this city. That song is so bad that it's good. And it's perfect. It's perfect for Tony Deppen. It just, he's a good little shitty heel.
Yeah, I like him. I like this match.
This match was this was the other match where it's believable. You're not having to suspend your disbelief that much. You're like, oh, this is Cornette would like this.
Yeah.
As crazy as this, Cornette would be like, all right, it wasn't that bad. One of my fucking favorite spots is Deppen goes and gets the chair against Tanaka. Tanaka's all, fuck you, hit me. Deppen swings and he just drops the chair behind his head and pokes Tanaka in the eyes.
Dude, that shit had me weak as fuck.
Dude,
total.
You could see me spring up clapping. I'm the only one standing. I'm like, yeah! He popped me so good. And still to this day, when I saw it again, I was like, yeah!
It still is effective.
Dude, yeah. This was just good wrestling. They chained to start. Tanaka won the exchange. Deppen tries to get out of the chest of strength by letting go and forearming him. Tanaka does the 10 punches in the corner from the second rope. That leads to the spot with the chair that we just talked about, which is a really, really cool dirty cutoff. That was awesome. They exchange tops, and then Deppen gets dirty again with the eye attack. Tanaka hits a diamond dust, which was cool to see. Then a DDT. Deppen gets back on his feet, and a lariat puts him down. Deppen responds back with strikes when he gets control. Elbow to the back of the head gets a 2. We start to exchange forearms. Both hit each other with the double clothesline for the double down. Both are back up, and then we're exchanging. We're getting strong style. We're exchanging German suplexes and strikes. Tanaka hits a tiger bomb. Deppen drop kicks Tanaka from the apron to the floor and hits him with a big dive. Deppen gets a door. Fucking whatever local door distributor when GCW comes down must be thrilled. They're like, yes.
You got discounts.
Yeah, well, but you're buying in bulk? Let's go, buddy.
Yeah, we can cut the price down.
Tanaka brainbusters Deppen through the door on the floor.
That shit was nuts.
That was nuts. That was crazy. They go back in the ring, and then Deppen starts to climb to the rope. Tanaka cuts him up with a superplex followed by the frog splash for a fucking 2 count. This is the finish. The finish, like, an idea was great, but it kind of fucked up. Shining Wizard from Deppen gets a 2.5. Deppen gets a chair again. Tanaka being Tanaka says, I'll eat it. He eats it, and he's still standing. Tanaka grabs the chair, and he kind of missed on Deppen. I don't know if he was being soft or Deppen flinched or what, but it kind of just didn't look that good.
Mm-hmm.
Still hit. Tanaka fucking saves it, though. Roaring elbow through the chair.
Yeah.
Sliding lariat and gets the win. He's like, fuck you, you're at least eating something. And chair, that fucking elbow into the chair said, fuck you. Dude, this match is awesome.
No, it was definitely a good match. And, you know, like you mentioned, like Tanaka's feud with Mike Awesome definitely set his bar for, you know, his legacy. And it's like kind of cool that he's still continuing that, because I was wondering as I was watching this, I was like, how old is he? And they made mention that he was like 46 at the time.
And he's still wrestling now. Yeah,
and still going fucking hard.
So that's 5-6 years ago. So he's 51, 52.
Yeah.
And he's still going. That's nuts. Live notes, crowd was lit. Tanaka brought his working shoes, and I was surprised by the result. Deppen, another GCW regular, kind of needed another win at the time. The booking around the core GCW guys not named Janela or Gage is odd. Feel like they need to come off a little stronger. Feel like they only pick up a win or two every here or there instead of being, you know, your regular mid-card scene. They're losing to guys who are here for a show and then gone again.
Yeah.
Which I understand with Tanaka, but I the way they were building Deppen up at the time, I thought he was getting the win.
Yeah, I mean, I can't really speak on that just because, like, you know, not super familiar. But
No,
I mean, I was gonna say, like, it makes sense though. Like, if unless they were having like a Deppen and Tanaka too, like to build Deppen up, then that, you know, that would make sense, because it you know, if there's no payoff, it's like what's the point?
It was a great match, which I think is supposed to be the payoff here. Like, once in a lifetime experience. I don't think Tanaka's been back in GCW since. He's been in the West Coast a couple times since. I think he even did West Coast Pro. But point being is, like, it was cool, but where'd you go after?
Yeah. It's kind of a one-night stand.
Yeah. Leads us to our next match. Oh man, I want you to give me your experience of watching what you were seeing as both competitors were coming out.
So this was Joey Janela and Dustin Thomas. Joey Janela comes out, definitely has the like he's got a little bit of a fan favorite, I would say, or at least had like a little bit of the crowd behind him.
I would say he's GCW's Tommy Dreamer for sure.
Okay.
Yeah, that's definitely the way to put him.
But yeah, like definitely, crowd behind him and stuff. And then, oh my God, like this moment was just like kind of had to shake my head real quick. But so Dustin Thomas comes out. I'm looking at the screen, where you typically would have somebody, centered on the shot. Dustin Thomas comes out. This man has no legs. So I was like, what? Whoa, oh shit. Like I understand, people have different circumstances that they live, and I was actually pretty excited to see this, just because kind of like what you mentioned, like the more or less the best way to put it, like the circus aspect of wrestling. So here you are, the no-legged wrestler. It's just, oh man, like the little, it took me a little bit to process a little bit and everything up in my head.
And you had no idea. You're just like, oh, what?
Yeah, went in completely blind into all of this and was just shook to my core.
It's like, what am I seeing?
But needless to say, there was a lot of groundwork going into this match.
Yeah, he fucking shoots the leg. It was awesome.
Now Dustin Thomas, dude, he's pretty fast for, like his circumstance of, not having legs, and obviously doesn't let him stop him.
No, it doesn't. He definitely came out. He had his jiu-jitsu rash guard protector on as his gear, had his shorts. I was like, oh, dude grapples for sure. And sure enough, we were grappling.
Oh yeah, no, definitely grappling. He did like the handstand drop kick. And then what was it? He did the dive off the top rope to the outside with the spinning senton.
Oh, okay. So that spot, he bounces off of him, and Dustin lands like a sack of shit right in front of me. And he breaks. And I say this for lack of a better term, not knowing what to say. He breaks one of whatever's left of his legs at that spot. You could see him immediately grab where his knee would be, where the end of his leg is, and he's just in pain. He's just like, oh, fuck. So right in front of me, smack, and he's just grabbing his face. You could see it on him. You could see him start to talk to Joey, like he's like, I'm fucked. And Joey's like, yeah, we're fine. You're going to work through this. You're fine. You could kind of see them. You could kind of see that little bit of panic in Dustin. He's like, oh, I'm fucked. How am I getting through this?
Yeah, no, I can. It's fucking crazy.
That's fucking crazy. But Janela gets him through it. Let's see here. They get back in. Janela gets Dustin hung up on the top rope and hits a fucking running knee. Big suplex. Janela... This was so dickheaded. Janela just puts him on top. Dustin tries to fight back, and he just fucking shoves him off.
Yeah, falls off the top rope, dude. Absolutely, heel shit right there,
dude. Hella heel shit. Dustin gets back in and hits a DDT from the top rope, which is cool as fuck.
Yeah, he did. I think he did that a couple times throughout this match, and like they all look fucking good. Yeah, and then what was it?
There's a spot where Janela's on the inside of the ring, Dustin's on the outside. He's climbing up on the outside ropes. Janela's on the floor, and he's on the ground he's on the mat in the ring. He rolls out to the outside because Dustin's climbing the ropes, and Dustin realizes this fuck you and just lets go and drops himself onto Janela. That spot was cool as fuck. He's like, what? It's just like a little
letting go.
Jumping back. Yeah, no, fuck you. I'll fucking get you for sure.
Then what was it? There was Thomas tries to do one of the times that he tries to do the DDT. I think this might have been the first time when he tried to do the DDT. Janela reversed it and then does like a brain buster on the apron.
Yep. Hit him with that big ol'. Oh, that got a 2 count.
That shit was huge.
Thomas eventually gets Janela into a crossface. Janela works out of it into a backbreaker, which was cool as fuck.
Yeah.
And then here is where Trip Rogers will shame Game Changer Wrestling. Earlier, the bottom rope was taken off, and it doesn't look like anyone retightened this because Janela goes up on the same turnbuckle that was untightened, and that shit just snaps.
Yep.
Oh, shit. Bottom rope breaks.
Somebody ain't checking the fucking turnbuckle.
KG with an amazing call and commentary to cover up for it. Janela just took out the bottom rope. How's Dustin supposed to climb up? I was like, oh, fucking good save, KG on commentary. That was real good. Janela calls out Superhuman, whoop whoop juggalos, hits the top rope, elbow for a 2. Janela grabs the broken turnbuckle, decides not to use it, and then just fucking super kicks Dustin. Puts him on the top.
I don't know if this is just it's probably just because of like, you know, the Dustin situation, but like some of these spots where it was just like, it's like this dude is getting absolutely fucking destroyed.
Yeah, definitely. It's like, holy fucking shit. And Dustin unfortunately has to work from below every fucking match he has. There's no really working him from top, brother. You're working from below. Yeah, you're fucked, dude. Sorry. Genetics fucked you there, or whatever happened fucked you there. Dude's still an inspiration, though.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Janela puts him on the top, tries to reverse suplex Dustin, but Dustin turns it into a top rope scorpion death drop, which was cool as fuck. Dustin gets to the top rope without the bottom rope. Gets up there. He dives, misses. Janela punches Dustin in the face because he missed. It looked like they were going for something, but it didn't work, so Janela fucking saved it by punching him in the face. Janela hits a package pile driver for 2. That's the fucking dead move now in WWE right now. So, holy shit. Crowd's turning on Janela here. They're like, fuck you, Dustin's the guy. Dustin gets the crossface again, works out of it into a powerbomb. Janela goes back for more. Dustin gets the crossface again and gets Janela to tap out. Crowd pops. Crowd loved it. Joey puts over a promo, putting over Dustin, mentioned how Dustin said his leg's fucked, and he couldn't think he'd get through the match, and Janela and him work through the match together. They shake hands. Fucking awesome.
Some sick sportsmanship going on.
Yeah. Oh, I forgot to mention, they do the code of honor at the beginning, too. So they definitely did the handshake before and after. So that was cool. This match is fun. Even though, you know, you're supposed to suspend you're going to see spots that wouldn't work because of the circumstances, like in a regular match, because of the circumstances that are in here.
Yeah.
Remove that from your view, and this is fucking fun.
No, it is. Like that definitely had me at a couple of moments where I was just like, "Oh, come on, Dustin, you got."
Yeah,
fuck.
Yeah, they worked well. They pull you in. It's fucking good. He can never work from the top, but that's fine.
No, but it was a good introduction to these two. Definitely made me a fan. I look forward to seeing other Dustin Thomas matches and Joey Janela's.
I have no clue what he's up to. Joey Janela is still in Game Changer Wrestling. He went to GCW and had his run. GCW didn't renew his contract. Or I'm sorry, went to AEW, had his run. AEW didn't renew his contract, and he's back in GCW. Still, like I said, being their Tommy Dreamer.
Yeah. Well, I mean, if you might as well just stay where you're known and like get treated well, you know, and like you're still making
decent money. Yeah. So. And we're on now to our main event of the evening. The other reason I made this trip down to LA to see Nick Gage live. Tanaka being announced put it over the top, but Gage would be the other reason I went for sure.
And for me, like I've heard of Nick Gage. This is my first time watching a Nick Gage match, so this was really enjoyable to watch. You know, starting off, like deathmatch wrestling isn't like my favorite style, but I can get down with some hardcore style wrestling.
I would call this deathmatch diet because they do some deathmatch stuff, but it's not over the top. And it's not super gory or bloody or anything like that.
No,
Like,
but the stuff that they do is like definitely impactful. Like, and
th-
it's not much.
this is the type of deathmatch I'd like to have, kind of thing. Where we're not doing anything overly crazy, but we're doing a couple crazy things.
Yeah.
And it looks cool as fuck, and the place pops for it. Both these guys have won CGW's Tournament of Death. Gage almost died at one.
Oh shit, really?
Yeah, there's a whole Dark Side of the Ring episode about him, and they cover that, and it's crazy.
I'm gonna have to watch that.
Gage is for sure GCW's Hulk Hogan here. Holy shit.
Oh yeah.
Oh, dude. Okay, so when this match starts, it turned from a wrestling crowd to like a concert pit area crowd.
Yeah.
Like everyone was fucking up on the ring. I definitely got forcibly moved just because of the sheer amount of humanity that was coming up towards the ring. Like it was literally like being at a metal show or like in the pit. Like you're not staying able to stay still just because there's so much moving around you.
Yeah, no, it was fucking crazy. Also, I would like to say that I'm glad to see what Crispin Glover was up to after Charlie's Angels. Glad to see that he's wrestling now.
Jimmy Havoc,
yeah. Fucking, I like as soon as I saw him, I was just like, oh, okay. And he kind of remind. Are you familiar with Johnny the Homicidal Maniac?
Yeah.
Yeah, kind of gave me those vibes too.
Another guy you can go Google about what bad things he did. We're not here to talk about that though.
Oh,
we're here to talk about the wrestling we saw. So they start off with a light like Havoc does the I'm a tough guy thing that deathmatch wrestlers like to do, where they grab a light tube and bump on it.
yeah.
It's fucking as much as I love deathmatch wrestling, I hate that. Like this is fucking stupid. Gage teases like he's gonna do it, and fucking this is why I'm a Gage fan. He's like, nah, fuck that. I'm just gonna blast you with it. I was like, yeah, fucking. Why am I hurt? Fuck you, motherfucker. This is where I noticed we got one door in one corner, barbed wire wrap door in another. All the ropes are lined with light tubes. Or not all. Two of the ropes are lined with light tubes. The other two are regular ropes. So
yeah, they had like 4 or 5 light tubes like on each side of the ring.
Yeah, which I feel like that's the perfect. You want to be able to work the rest of the ring as well and do regular shit. Gage gets a running boot to the corner for 2. That's how my shit got rocked by Jamie Shark today. Good job, anybody. Gage goes to the outside and Havoc cuts him off with a DDT from the apron to the floor. Oh shit, we're starting hot.
Yeah. It was I don't know if it was just me, but it was like a little clunky.
I wouldn't be surprised if they ended up having time issues because of the hard out for Fight TV.
Wait, one more time?
I wouldn't be surprised they had some time issues because of the hard out for Fight TV because it was TV2. So they may have just had to rush a little bit of this because it felt a little clunky. I agree, but still. So the DDT, the apron on the floor, back in the ring. Havoc misses the corner kick of his own. Gage sets him up, fucking curtain call style, or Shattered Dream style, I should say. And he gets the staple gun out. Yeah, big old pop. Staple to the face, staple to both sides of the chest. He turns around. Yeah, I'm looking him in the dick. Points down all the crowd. Yeah, staple his dick. Grab his nuts and twist it. Staple gun to the nuts. GC dub. Crowd's eating all of it up. Crowd's just like, yeah.
No, they definitely were about that staple gun.
They were all about it. And then we get more deathmatchy. Gage puts some tubes onto a laying Havoc, goes to the middle rope, tries to do like a twisting elbow drop, almost like you would do like a Vader bomb off the middle ropes, but instead he twists for an elbow drop, but Havoc moves out of the way, and Gage lands on the tubes. Havoc follows up by getting a big old bundle of tubes, just swinging him at Gage's head. It's like, fuck you. Fucking, this is where the move to the crowd. Havoc sets some chairs up on their side, and for lack of a better term, he sets them up the long way on their side. Like, they're unfolded, but they're also, like, so that, like, if you were to look at one left-hand side of the chair and stand it up on the ground that way, that's how the chair is laying. And he puts 2 of them together that way. He who sets it up goes through it because Gage sidewalk slams the shit out of him into it.
Yeah.
Like, that sucked. We get a little bit of a walk and brawl. Gage throws Havoc into the chairs. I like how he removed the staple they stapled in Havoc's head earlier and gave it to a fan.
There you go. So 1 for 1.
I was like, that's kind of fucking cool, actually. Trash can gets used. Havoc grabs a broken bottle out of it and cuts up Gage's forehead. KG notices that what I just said about the crowd. The audience is right up against the ring now. We're walking, brawling some more up onto the stage that you see on hard cam the whole night. Havoc's in control, takes it back to the ring, and he sets up 2 tubes through open seated chairs. Gage cuts that off, whips him into the rope, and we get the fucking Raven drop toe hold into the chair, but instead of the chair, it's the tubes that are on the 2 chairs.
Yeah,
I love that drop toe hold.
Yeah, it's definitely one of my favorites.
Drop toe hold into anything is cool. Even just plain drop toe hold. I love the drop toe hold. It's fucking great. Half Nelson suplex. I think Gage hit him with a one-winged angel. I don't know.
Yeah, that's what I have. I have one-winged angle.
I was like, is that one-winged angel or is that a assault driver? I think is the one we gets a 2 count. I found it funny that he's hitting one-winged angels. Havoc's on his way to AEW as well. It's like, fuck you. We start to exchange tube shots over the head. Gage hits a Death Valley driver into the corner through the door. Havoc comes back and gets one of his own through the barbed wire door.
Yeah, I didn't even notice there was barbed wire until later.
Yeah, I feel like you only really can see it when they do that spot right there. Gage comes back and hits a big old spine buster for 2. Havoc loves the Death Valley driver because he hits another one and kick to the face. We repeat the tubes and chairs spot, and by what I mean by repeat is we put 2 chairs up, put the tubes through them, not the whole spot itself, just that thing, just the gimmick itself. Havoc tries to climb the corner. Gage cuts him off. Havoc slips. Gage climbs instead. Havoc follows and fucking Frankensteiner's fucking Gage into the tubes.
Yeah, that was a cool spot.
Cool fucking spot. Gage gets back up. Havoc fucking runs him over the big clothesline for a 2 count. Fucking crowd's loving it. Gage eventually comes back, hits the choke breaker, which is a choke slam, into a backbreaker. But he also put tubes between his knee and the guy as he came down. So Havoc just fucking eats tubes and then fucking Gage's knee. We get 4 chairs set up now, and we get a pile driver that sends fucking Havoc to hell for the win. Holy shit.
Yeah,
these guys just
did brutal.
Yeah, these guys just literally went and did like the greatest hits of deathmatch wrestling without having to do too much, and it was fucking awesome.
Yeah, no, it was wasn't over, like we said at the beginning of this, it wasn't like over the top. It was, kept simple, really enjoyable.
Crazy shit if you've never seen a death match.
Yeah. I definitely enjoyed it. Can't say I didn't. Can't say I did not enjoy it.
After the match, Gage gets the mic, does the Hulk Hogan send him home happy promo, put over town, opponent company. Havoc gets to cut a promo, which this part's fucking ironic because of what happened with him. Not, because of what he says here. He's all like, fuck. He'll be back in GCW probably in 2 years because he's going to fuck up his opportunity in AEW drinking too much. He has a tube over his head and that's the show.
Oh my God.
Oh man. Last live experience note I have. The show was great overall. Every match felt different, which helped keep me awake. It was a long day. The homie and I had a 6-hour drive from NorCal to LA, and we probably consumed over an ounce worth of cannabis between us.
Nice.
So we were just blitzed out of our mind too high. Super fun. Can't wait to attend another GCW show, which I have not. I have not attended a GCW show since. This is my one and only attendance of a GCW show.
From what I've seen them... Oh, go ahead.
No, you're good. It was great. Go ahead.
I was going to say, from what I've seen, it's like they don't normally come up here. Like, if they'll probably go to Frisco, but like Los Angeles seems to be like the only California hit that they do. Yeah,
they booked the Stoner Brothers the last 2 or 3 times they've been out in LA. So They did a San Francisco show I went a couple years ago, or I want to say a couple years ago. I don't think it did too well where it made sense for them to come back out, which is why that's the nature of wrestling. And, yeah, it is unfortunate.
Got to go where the money's at.
Yeah, that is what it is. They definitely do well in LA. The Stoners have been out there a few times. So I've seen guys that I work with work this company that is a big independent, in my opinion, was the biggest independent at one point in time. I don't know. I guess you could probably right now make arguments for like, I feel like that West Coast Prestige and Deadlock Unity is probably the top indie right now, nationwide.
Yeah.
Yeah. Talking like a nation presence that tours the nation and does that kind of shit. Not like having one small market or one state or anything like that.
Yeah. Yeah, that makes sense. No, because like for a while, like GCW was one of those promotions. Like when I was getting back into wrestling, like I'd hear about it, and like I said, I never checked it out, but I enjoyed watching the clips, and it definitely has its own presentation. It definitely has its own presence in the industry, and I think it kind of feels like how the Monday Night Wars were. Maybe it's not as intense. Maybe I'm just kind of, looking through it through the nostalgia glasses. But it's like you still have the WWE, AEW, and then, well, AEW wasn't really a thing then, but now it's like GCW still like that, hardcore wrestling fan really wanting to expand and experiment with, what they're doing.
Yeah, you're definitely going to see something different than you'll see on television with GCW. You're for sure. You're not going to see some of the shit we saw on the show on broadcast television.
Yeah.
No way.
Well, and I think, that's a good thing, It
is a good thing. No, I think it's a great thing. It's I wish mainstream wrestling changed up their roster a little bit more, but it is what it is.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I feel like people are just it's easier for casual fans to just kind of come back in, leave, come back. Oh, this person's still here.
Yeah.
Oh, but no, it's I'm glad that you recommended this one. It was a fun watch.
I figured it was going to be something that would be out of left field for you. That's the other reason I wanted to mention this. There was another show I almost picked for us that I attended live, which was Ring of Honor Chaos in the Cow Palace in San Francisco. But I was like, it's not as left field and wacky as this show. And that'd be a little more fun for you to have something a little different.
Yeah. No,
I'll definitely send the Ring of Honor show to you and you can check it out. And we maybe even review it in the future. Yep. But definitely, like, this was left field throw.
Yeah, definitely left field. Yeah, there was a lot of moments, like I said, where I was just like, the fuck?
The fuck am I watching?
No, I mean, I enjoyed it. Definitely would be looking forward more toward, what matches that GCW has. I know that they may not as, like you said, they're not as big as they were, but, I still think that they have their place,
They do. They definitely have their place in the scene.
And I'm glad that there is something like that available where, they're still touring the nation. A lot of people don't like, WWE's predictability or how it's, PG and, AEW's like, they have their way that they present and not a lot of people like that. So it's
indie with a budget, if you will.
Yeah. And
TNA with a budget.
But yeah, like it's a good time to be a wrestling fan. I think
a very good time to be a wrestling fan. Holy shit.
And it's even been this was like 2019.
This is going on 6 years. So yeah. August this year, 6 years since this show happened.
So it's just like where it was where wrestling was 6 years ago to now.
To now. Yep.
Like I personally feel like maybe it's just because I've kind of come back to wrestling and it's like one of those things where it's once you open up the door you start noticing things, but it feels like wrestling's kind of like going through like a resurgence, and it's it may not be what it was back in the Attitude Era days, but I feel like it's doing its own thing. Now you have wrestling on every night, you have options of like what promotions you want to watch, and just massive amount of talent out there.
it's almost getting to the point where, like, you know, the Netflix problem, where you log on, you're like, I'm gonna watch something, and you just get overwhelmed because there's so many options.
Yeah, too much choice.
It's almost getting to that. Almost. It's yeah. And I only mean that because the readily availability of it. Wrestling's always been like this. It's like I was talking about in the early 2000s. I was ordering bootleg DVDs and shit. It's so easily, readily accessible now that even small promotions like Next Level. Next Level is a small promotion, but we have a TV product.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
It is crazy. Glad to be experiencing it.
Yeah, it's nuts. It's a good time. It's a good time to be a wrestling fan, that's for sure.
But yeah, no, it was yeah, thank you again for recommending this one. Looking forward to what next one we watch. Like I've watched some ROH matches. Like I've watched the Sami Zayn and El Generico and Kevin Steen. What was that one? Was it Final Battle?
Their ladder war.
Yeah, dude, holy
yeah, that match is nuts.
Absolutely insane. So, but yeah, kind of touching on the elimination, I guess connecting those two from Elimination Chamber.
That match was nuts last night too.
Yeah, so it was cool to see that kind of like come full circle, and I'm sure for both of them, being Canadian wrestling in Canada was a really enjoyable experience for them.
Okay, so a lot of the Canadians getting love and the Americans getting hate for two reasons was great. One, current political times, hilarious. You know, we can leave it at that. Second, WWE remembered what 1997 was and how they had Bret Hart from Canada and Shawn Michaels from the USA, and they were hating on each other. WWE knew exactly what they were doing by playing into the political shit, by playing the national anthem. Yeah. And remembering what 1997 was. Everyone's like, oh, how offensive Canada would be. Go back 30 years. They were doing it 30 years ago.
Yeah.
And there was none of this political talking. WWE knew what they were doing. It's fucking awesome.
Yeah, it was good. I thought that was funny that that was like one of the big headlines or highlights coming out of it was just people booing the national anthem in Canada.
Watch wrestling. Go. This was done 28 years ago.
Yeah, it's nothing new.
I also like that they booed whenever American Nightmare came on. They booed that too. Not Cody Rhodes, but they'd see the name American Nightmare. Boo! That shit cracked me up.
Oh man, Canada's fun.
Dude.
Yeah, it's what do they always call Canada? Bizarro World.
That's what they always do. Yeah, they go up there and Shawn Michaels is a face in like 2005, and he's getting booed because of fucking him and Bret Hart. Oh, Bizarre. Oh, King, we're in Bizarre. Oh, JR, we're in Bizarro World. Ah, where's Trish? Puppies.
Oh my god, fucking. That's one thing that I'll never forget is the puppies and Jerry Lawler's response to them. Oh my god.
You get it. You like vagina.
It's old pervy uncle.
Yeah, fuck off.
Oh man. But yeah,
so coming up 15th TWF Antigua.
Yeah, Shamrock Showdown.
Shamrock Showdown in Antigua. TWF also has Rio Mania 22 coming up on April 5th here in Sacramento.
Then I think there's going to be another show, but it's TWF adjacent, but I think it's just more Freeman's.
It is Freeman's Pro King show. It is TWF adjacent. There will be TWF titles on the line. That's on March 29th in Avery. I will be at CWA on March 29th in Visalia. March 22nd, I have the Next Level taping, so I'll be there. So our local scene should be popping off. So we'll be covering the local scene a little bit more in the next future episodes.
Yeah.
We'll do some more review episodes for when the scene's a little light for what we cover. And is there anything I'm missing?
Oh, well, I think we're gonna do that Queen of the Ring review.
Yeah, that's right. We're gonna review the movie Queen of the Ring. That's right.
Yeah, do our first movie review.
When does that come out?
The 7th.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll go see it and we'll review that for sure too.
Yeah, no, I'm looking forward to that. Should be a fun watch and do our first review. I know we've probably talked about it before, but there's a couple of other like wrestling movies that I'd like to do. Wrestler, obviously Ready to Rumble. That one's a fine piece of cinema, if you ask me.
Hey man, you gave us the triple cage, and I have a soft spot for the triple cage. I liked it. I'm not gonna lie.
No, it's like super dope. It's kind of like one of those things where it's like logistically, you're like, okay, this is a little awkward, but yeah, dude, 3 cages, let's go.
It's a little awkward, but like, oh, you can do all kinds of cool shit with this. All right, that's fun. Let's go.
Yeah. Best line of that movie.
Go ahead.
I was gonna say, Gordy, why does it look like you have your finger in your butt? Because I do.
Because I do. That's something. The triple cage is something I want in the 2K games. I would. I'd be so thrilled.
We should make a petition for that.
Because they have the war games. And they need to have it so you can have a roof, or you can turn the roof on or off on the war games.
That would be cool.
Yeah, do the low roof, the one where like Sid fucking kills Brian Pillman.
Oh my god. Let's make it happen, 2K.
Dude, yeah, get on it, 2K. That game's coming out soon. There's gonna go a lot of my life when I'm chilling at home.
Yeah, I had to skip on 2024, but I'll probably get 25.
You know what? I recommend you get 2025. You know why?
Why?
Because aren't you the law? Aren't you the one of Liam against women's wrestling?
That's right.
You know what you can do in this one, right?
Intergender matches.
You can beat the hell out of those women, you sexist pig.
I'm just gonna make Andy Kaufman a creator wrestler. The greatest intergender champion ever.
Get the intergender, just push him to the moon. So they're gonna have like special intergender belts too on the game and shit. So,
dude, I'll just be dripping with all the gold with my Andy Kaufman creator wrestler.
Who's gonna be your tag partner with Andy Kaufman?
You know what? Maybe Alberto Del Rio.
Nice.
Just not
sexist as fuck. I'm personally excited because they announced some of the DLC that's coming out. Typically not a fan of extras doing like that, but fucking Bull Nakano is one of them, and I'm like, yo. Every woman is getting top rope leg dropped to fucking hell on that game.
Yeah, we'll have to do something. Like we'll get that and like we'll stream some games and we'll figure something out.
Out.
But yeah, no, appreciate you guys if you've made it this far listening.
Yes.
We love you and hope you enjoyed the show.
Thanks for tuning into a different episode with these review episodes, like I said, or when we're kind of low on our local scene. So
yeah. But yeah, a couple shout outs real quick. ProWrestlingPlus.tv for all your local NorCal promotional matches. Go help support them. What else do we got? We also have Psycho Pharma if you're looking for creatine, all your pre-workouts, all that stuff gets swole. Look at those guns. Yeah.
I did the William Regal the wrong way. I was like, oh no, I'm exposing the gimmick. That was when he used to come out on Nitro all the time, and he
the whole Popeye gag.
Yeah, this is great.
But yeah, I'd use code Turnbuckle, get 20% off. Then what else? Shout out to the Outlander show, Mike Nordyke. Go check him out if you like to watch video game streamers. He usually games with the Sun too, so it's always fun to watch those two play.
Rad.
Yeah. And then shout out to you because we love you guys.
Yes, thank you for tuning in. Thank you for listening to us. We love this scene. We love wrestling, and we just like to enjoy talking about it. And we hope you're engaged by us talking about it.
Yeah, let us know what you think. Like, what you want to hear from us. Like, what we can do to improve the show.
Yes, yeah. Please let us know what we can do. We're always looking for improvements and feedback. And watch wrestling.
Watch it. But yeah, appreciate you guys. Love you guys, and we'll catch you on the next one.
See y'all later.
Peace.